Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you tonight your commencement speaker for the class of 2018. He is the first person in the history of the state of Oklahoma to serve our state as a legislator, as governor, as U.S. Senator, and president of the state's flagship university. His life has been dedicated to public service, and this year he completed 51 years of service to our state, our nation, and our world. For over 2 decades, he and First Lady Molly Shybourne have led our institution to new heights. And well, your commencement speaker really needs no introduction. He spent the last 24 years making the University of Oklahoma what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 13th president of the University of Oklahoma, President David L. Boren.
Thank you very much for that understated introduction, Dean Stroud. I appreciate it very, very much. It convinces me once again that one of the best decisions I ever made was Clark Stroud to be Dean of Students at the University of Oklahoma. And I think our graduates tonight would agree with that. Members of the graduating class, many things fill me with pride today. To see you and to reflect on your accomplishments, the greatness of this university, which you have helped to build, and to know that as I transition to a new season in my life, I will travel that road with you. I am thrilled that I too am a member of the great class of 2018. I am very glad that I have the chance to thank each one of you for giving to me and to Mrs. Boren the most rewarding years of our lives. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your lives during this important time for you. It seems like only yesterday that I was welcoming you to the convocation and to your first days on campus. Think back to how you were then and how you felt then. You were then different people, excited to be charting your own way in life, to start defining yourselves, but apprehensive too, and more than a little anxious to be in this new place and in a new role. Think about how much you have changed and grown as a person since then. Recently, I visited with a group of our freshmen as they approached the end of their first year in college. They told me that they had changed more than at any other time in their lives. I asked them how they had changed. They replied that the faculty had forced them to think truly for themselves, to decide where they stood on the great issues of our time, and to be able to defend their positions. In addition, they told me that they had grown from getting to know people unlike themselves, those from different cultures and races and religions and economic backgrounds, those with different life experiences. In short, our freshmen described the crucial role of the university and why it will never be out of date. It produces more intellectual energy and creativity than any other institution in our society. Our freshmen described why we must all become stewards of this university, to make sure that it has the strength to survive and to flourish and to be there for the next generation as it has been there for you. The graduates of this university now really are the stewards and the keepers of this university. If you do not love it, support it, cherish it, no one else will make sure that it endures. I've often spoken about how we rub off on each other through our friendships and our relationships in life. Thank you for rubbing off on my life. Thank you for giving me the gift of optimism about our future. I am constantly inspired and uplifted by your idealism, by your energy, and by your courage. It is the common wisdom that students at the university learn from their teachers. In my case, I've learned far more from you than I've been able to teach. At freshman convocation, I said that if I could give you one gift, it would be to find causes greater than yourself in which to invest your lives. I said that if your goals only included what you wanted to do for yourself, that you would fail to find a rewarding life. If your goal is to be financially successful, there will be never enough to make you feel secure. If it is to achieve celebrity status, you will always worry that it will fade. If it is to achieve high office with all of its titles, you will always fear losing those titles in the next election. Lasting satisfaction comes not from what you do for yourself, but from what you do for others. As you have grown as individuals, you are already investing yourselves in serving others. And this is a source of great pride for me, for I'm sure your families, and for the members of our faculty and staff, members of the OU family. You spend thousands of hours in service to the community. As we just saw in the video, you have together raised over $1 million this year alone for our Children's Hospital in 1 year. You tutor and mentor countless young people who desperately need your love and encouragement. I will never forget the words of one young 12-year-old about his OU big brother who had died. He said that until he met his OU big brother, he said, quote, "I never thought I could be anybody, but after meeting him, he made me believe that I could be somebody." That, to me, sums up the impact of OU students on the lives of others. I salute your values and the differences you are making in the lives of others. I also want to thank you for always having the courage to speak up for our values. I will never forget when the university's sense of family and community was challenged when a racist video surfaced in the national media. It was very hurtful to many of our students because it made them feel excluded from our family. I grappled with what decisions I should make as president and with what message I should attempt to send as the nation watched how we would respond. But as morning broke, I found that I had no reason to be apprehensive. Thousands of students were gathered on the North Oval chanting together, "Not on our campus. We will not be divided by race or anything else. At OU, we are one family and we intend to stay one family." Only you, our students, could have sent that message. A university president cannot do it alone, nor can the faculty or the staff. Our students spoke loudly and clearly about our values and our determination to live by them. I will never be able to express my deep admiration for that message from our students. Thank you for also taking to heart something else we spoke about on that first day you joined our university family. We spoke about never forgetting the power of kindness. The ultimate well-being and strength of our society, I do not believe, is ultimately measured by our military strength or our economic strength. It is measured by the way we treat each other. That is what makes us a truly great and strong society. Thank you for creating an atmosphere of kindness on our campus. That is the real Sooner magic. The way we treat each other and feel about each other on our campus is truly unique, and you are the reason for it. People often talk about how friendships formed in college are truly special. They last a lifetime. I believe that that perception is true. But the way you form friendships here goes far beyond the norm. You have the personal courage to become unconditional friends, to open yourselves up to possible pain or even disappointment by totally trusting others. This is a unique form of courage. You have as much joy in the success of your friends and classmates as you have in your own. This is a university where each member of the OU family is invested in the success of every other member. Just think what it would mean to the entire country if we could spread that attitude all across America. And it begins right here with you. So tonight, as I think back on the time that you have been students, I have so many reasons to thank you. There are so many reasons to celebrate. But the world never stands still. We now stand at the beginning of a new period for you. In many ways, it's the most crucial of all. I vividly remember the words that Dr. Ruth Simmons, the former president of Brown University, spoke at our commencement. She saluted the remarkable record of our students, the high academic standards that have been met, the sense of family that has been created, and the values that have been courageously defended. And then she said, pointedly, but to some degree, all of this has occurred in a protected environment where free speech and free inquiry are valued and intolerance is shunned. But now, she said, comes the real test. Will you continue to stand for what you stand, the same values that you stand for today for the rest of your lives, out in the world beyond the boundaries of the university? This brings me to the last wish that I have for each one of you. Please don't change. Do not let the passing of time or changing circumstances change the person you are now. Do not stop being an idealist. Keep inspiring others with your ideals and your calls to action, even when it is socially more convenient to remain silent in the face of intolerance or the demeaning of others. Continue to speak up against it. Only then can we make racism and intolerance socially unacceptable. Do not compromise your personal integrity for false ideas of success. Wherever you live, keep on creating a true sense of community. Continue to have the courage to build real friendships, as you have here. Go with your moral courage intact and with the determination to make a difference in the lives of others. We believe in you. We love you. Our encouragement goes with you wherever life may take you. Live on, University. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for being such a special part of my life. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to recognize those who are graduating with distinction or special distinction to stand and please be recognized at this time. With those who are honors graduates receiving degrees cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude, please stand and be recognized by all of us. Now it's a special pleasure to ask those individuals who have maintained a perfect 4-point average throughout their entire academic careers to please stand and let us recognize you and congratulate you. This university has a great tradition of service to our country, with the men and women who are both graduating from OU and receiving commissions in the United States Armed Forces and military veterans, the men and women who have served and sacrificed for us. Please stand and let us thank them for their service to our entire country. Please be seated.